CPR. That's what we're going to deal with today, this morning. Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and we want to deal with this whole piece about CPR. We're going to go deeper. We're going to go deeper because we're in our 21 days of Daniel fast, and there you have it. So you want to get this devotional guide. All you have to do is just go to the website. It's right on the screen, and so that you can follow along with this Daniel fast that we're doing. Now, I want to share with you this before I get into this morning's manna. I want to share with you the fact that what's happening is this. I am going deeper into the word, and I'm on VNL. VNL is our virtual new life. VNL is our virtual new life. And in order for you to get even further, I'm going to talk about morning manna and going deeper with respect to the journal. But even further, I'm going into what it means to fast. What it means to fast. And if you want to do that, if you want that information, if you want to get that broadcast, if you've already put your email address in the chat area, fine, that's great, because it's going to be on our virtual new life. Virtual new life is a whole nother platform that we get together on and share the word. So let me just greet a couple of people this morning, and then we're going to get right into the word on this morning. Good morning, Angela. How are you? Good morning, Brenda. How are you? Good morning, Carolyn. How are you? Good morning, Shajio. How are you? Good morning, Diane. How are you? Good morning, Betty. How are you? How is everybody? Good morning, Dawn. How are you? Good morning, Anitra. How are you on this morning? Good morning, Oralee's family. You know, every morning, just love you guys. Glad you are remaining connected here. Good morning, Laura. How are you on this morning? Deborah, how are you? Brother Nesbitt, how are you on this morning? Joelle, Pamela, how are you all on this morning? Elder Mobley, how are you on this morning? Verena, how are you guys on this morning? Just trying to greet a couple of people. Star, how's everybody? Look, this is what I want to share with you now. This morning, I'm talking about CPR, right? And it's all morning manner, the text to talk, the takeaway. But as you can see, I've determined kind of change my whole format and whole flow so that I can take you even deeper. And so the first thing is that you can get the journal. Just go to the website that you see on the screen. And then also know this, that in order to go even further, even deeper into the word, we have virtual new life. If you've given your email address already, next week, next Monday, or this coming Monday, I'm going to go even further into explaining it and teaching about about fasting and praying. But that's going to be on my virtual new life platform. Now, send it out. The email connects you, and then we can go for it from there. Just wanted to kind of give you that. Good morning, Minister Derek. Why? It's been a minute since we've seen you. Wow, it's been a minute. Good morning, Angela. How are you guys on this morning? Jackie. Hey, let me get into the word right now. Let me just kind of get into the word this morning. And it's the text to talk, the takeaway. If it's your first, second, or third time joining us, please let us know who you are, where you are. 5 minutes or less. Let's get into it. The text is right out of the journal. The text is right out of the journal. And you can get the journal. Let me show you how to get it. There you go. Here's the text. Isaiah 55:11. Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goes out of my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it. Let's break this down. Here is Isaiah speaking a scripture that we often repeat. We repeat this scripture a whole lot, but let's go deeper. Let's go deeper in it. Here is the talk about it. There's three things that I want you to get, three breaths, if you will, talking about CPR. CPR, all right? CPR has to do with resuscitating someone. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. You saw this past week in the Monday Night Football. It was extremely tragic to see that young man fall down. And then everybody knew when they began to do CPR that he had left here, that there was no more life, and they had to breathe life back into him. Well, let me help you see that from a spiritual point of view. I remember, story, and I'll come back. I remember when I was in the military and we had to do self-aid and buddy care. In other words, we had to learn how to have the ability to survive and operate. That is, if someone was hit, someone was wounded, if someone was near death or what have you, we had to learn how to get in there and do one of the things was CPR, 15 two breaths, 15 two breaths, 15 two breaths. Well, God did this already in the spirit. The first thing I want to share with you with respect to Isaiah 55:11 is this. In Genesis 2:7, he said, he breathed the breath of life in us. Get that. The second thing that I want you to get is in Ezekiel 37:3. When they were the valley of dry bones, and he spoke and said, Son of man, can these bones live? Ezekiel responded and says, Lord, you know. So he told him to speak breath. When you speak, breath goes out, and the words are the articulation of what the breath is. The third thing is this, the breath of resurrection. In Mark 5:21 and following, you have the story of Jairus' daughter. She's dead. By the time they get there, Jesus, Peter, James, and John, the rest of the disciples are outside of the room. He then breathes into her life. Let's circle all the way back and let me help you understand what this text is saying. Back to Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word, my breath, there cannot be a word without breath, that goes out of my mouth. It shall not return to me empty. Why? Because I breathed it into you in Genesis 2:7. But it shall accomplish that which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it. When God breathes into us in humanity, as long as we have breath, our resuscitation is our now breathing out and living for him. When we no longer live for him is when he takes his breath away from us. Therefore, when I live for God, when I am breathing, I am in the midst of, here's your takeaway, CPR of myself. I am having now 15 and 2, 15 compressions, 2 breaths, because I now inhale his spirit, and it is his spirit that gives me life. And as long as I am breathing, I should be speaking his word, and his word will not come back void. Taking you even deeper into the word on this morning. Get the journal, put your email address in the chat area if you have not already done so, because I'm taking you further into what it means to fast and pray in our VNL, and you connect to that via your email. The Lord be with you, his face shine upon you, give you peace. If this format is blessing you, let me know. I've kind of changed my morning manna format altogether. If it's blessing you, then put it in the chat area so I can get some feedback. God bless you. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself. Go to church Sunday. You can't miss worship at New Life on this Sunday. I got a word for you as well. The title is Go Deeper. Bye now.